Trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on primetime, the resolution calling for the impeachment of CNMI Governor Ralph Torres was formally introduced in House session today. Plus, above-step recruitment has one lawmaker questioning the process. And an off-island animal rights group sounds off on illegal cockfights. These stories and so much more coming up right now on your news leader.
Cockfighting, good evening everyone. Guahusi Isaiah again, and thank you for joining us. Topping off our newscast is regional headlines, where the resolution calling for the impeachment of CNMI Governor Ralph Torres was officially introduced, and KUAM's Tomas Manglonia is standing by live in Saipan with the latest. Good evening, Tomas.
Good evening, Isaiah. Yes, just moments ago here in Garapan, a dozen or so residents protested, encouraging the House and Senate to move forward with impeachment. And today, the House of Representatives formally introducing the resolution for impeachment of Governor Ralph Torres. And over the weekend, Governor Ralph Torres releasing a statement saying he isn't backing down.
Parabehu introduce House Resolution 22-14. Impeaching Ralph De Leon Guerrero Torres, Governor of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, pursuant to Article 2, Section 8 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth for commission of felonies, corruption, and neglect of duty.
The resolution calling for the impeachment of Governor Torres was formally introduced in a House session Monday morning.
I will be creating a special committee on impeachment, and we'll be appointing members. A memo will be coming out at a later date.
The resolution, pre-filed by Babata on Friday, was backed by at least 12 other lawmakers out of the 20-member body. When it comes to an eventual vote, impeachment would require 14 of them. It faces a narrow battle in the Senate, who would hold a hearing and could vote to convict. Some residents speaking out.
The governor got away with his crimes because he was protected by a code of loyalty and silence of the AG in the legislature and even the lieutenant governor, making this committee the people's best hope for justice.
Will you amend these articles to include previous governors and lieutenant governors who have done the same? If it's true that the Lieutenant Governor Palacios, as other lieutenant governors may have done, signed the travel authorization for Governor Torres, that he too, Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios, be held in violation for approving that TA? Or is it just...
And tomorrow, the governor will be holding a press conference at 8 o'clock in the morning. It'll be his first time facing the press with this new development. Reporting live in Garapan on Saipan, Tomas Maglonia for KUAM News.
Thank you for that live report from Saipan. Above-step recruitment has been a hot topic lately here on Guam, and now at least one cabinet member is being recruited above-step into a classified position. And this has one senator saying enough is enough. KUAM's Chris Barnett has more.
Department of Youth Affairs Deputy Director Crisinda Uggan may be headed to Public Health as, on paper, the cabinet member for the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration, the latest above-step recruit to make headlines. Uggan, the sister of Adelup Chief of Staff John Jr. Calvo, daughter of Civil Service Commission Chair Juan Calvo, and wife of Acting Public Health Human Resources Head Tony Uggan. Uggan, the HR administrator for the hospital, but an oversight hearing of GMH revealed he had been recently detailed to Public Health. The newly created classified position Uggan may fill, Human Services Administrator, and it pays $71,000 a year in salary. Senator Joanne Brown says enough is enough with questionable above-step hiring. The senator saying this particular recruitment full of red flags.
Because of that direct connection, you think that it would be hands-off. And, this isn't something the governor would be encouraging her cabinet members to do.
Meanwhile, Public Health spokesperson Janela Carrera tells KUAM there were 4 applicants for the position of Human Services Administrator, In a statement, Carrera said Public Health has, quote, initially selected Uggan and that Public Health has also followed, quote, all the proper hiring steps so far in conformity with the law. Adelup Communications Director Crystal Paco San Agustin also went to bat for Uggan in a WhatsApp message saying Uggan has, quote, expressed her intent to continue public service to our island's youth in a different capacity. She has applied as the Human Services Administrator for DPHSS as part of their newly established Division of Children's Wellness. This is an ongoing process and no final actions have been taken at this time. She remains the Deputy Director of DYA. Well, despite both Carrera and Paco San Agustin saying Uggan's hiring isn't final, Public Health released a public notice saying the department intends to hire Uggan above step.
On the face of it, looking at the information provided, it just really sends out the wrong message to the public. And certainly the fact that, we're hearing this almost weekly about these issues with regards to above-step recruitments.
Above-step recruitment is where a GovGuam agency is intending to hire a person above the step or pay grade they would normally make entering the position because of exceptional qualifications, experience, or education. Adelup and Public Health did not answer questions regarding any conflicts relative to Uggan's recruitment, whether other applicants were informed she was being recruited above step, and whether Uggan had the experience for the job. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Upcoming cockfights have an animal rights group sounding the alarm and a local senator asking where's the beef in enforcing taxes on cockfighting. Here's KUAM's Chris Barnett with more on this report as well.
New year, new cockfights. That's exactly what's being advertised in this viral graphic for the Dedido Game Club, also known as the Dedido Cockfighting Dome. The flyer calling all cockers to come out on January 1st for a 3-cock derby. The flyer further touting cockfight action every weekend at the Dome, despite a federal law banning cockfighting in the U.S. and its territories. Wayne Pacelli of Animal Wellness Action.
There's no question that a lot of people recognize that cockfighting has been going on a long time, but most people on Guam don't support it. They support the federal law. And I think most people recognize that even if they think cockfighting is okay and they don't like the federal law, that it's the law.
The cockfight calendar showing entry fees and pots totaling hundreds of dollars, not including the side bets, which can easily put thousands of dollars in cash up for grabs for cockfight winners. While the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration has publicly said enforcement of the federal cockfight ban will have the, quote, lowest priority for GovGuam, according to Rev and Tax, the regulatory agency has nothing to do with cocking or the cash that comes from it. DRT Deputy Marie Lazama telling KUAM News via WhatsApp, under current federal law, cockfighting is illegal. DRT plays no role in regulating this type of gaming activity. That means GovGuam's general fund doesn't see a single penny benefit from cockfighters or the Dome's earnings. Senator Joanne Brown said the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration should stop turning a blind eye to fighting birds, saying it has become, quote, right to do the wrong thing.
There's a whole undercurrent, as you know, that's going on in this community that's not taxed. I mean, that be it, cockfight money, drug money, whatever the case may be. It's a whole other economy that's circulating that you don't really hear a lot of activity, even with regards to those issues and those cases or enforcement action.
Meanwhile, Public Safety Chair Senator Pedro Terlahi released a statement criticizing Pacelli's release. Senator Terlahi in the release called Pacelli an outsider, stating, quote, we have real crimes to deal with and we should not commit any law enforcement resources to appease an outsider who doesn't even recognize our human rights.
We've seen that public officials in some other parts of the United States have been corrupted by the cockfighters. It's not necessarily the campaign donations, it's money on the side. And I have no evidence to say that about anyone on Guam, but I've seen it happen before.
Pacelli added that he would be alerting federal authorities about the upcoming cockfights at the Dome. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
As the bid for a private company to collect tobacco taxes is held up in the courts, the procurement of tobacco stamps has also hit a snag. Rev Tax Oversight Chair Senator Sabina Parrish says she is still opposed to a private company collecting taxes, but she stands by the stamp procurement, which failed due to a lack of qualified bidders.
So this procurement didn't go through. So I guess the next step to me, logically, is to resubmit it to a wider audience because there are vendors out there but it may not be here locally. So I think that would be the next step. So yes, I am support of you know, giving DRT the tools that they need to enforce this. To me, it doesn't make sense to have a private entity do it for so much more.
Senator Perez said the private company would make 12% profit off of what it collects in tobacco taxes, totaling millions of dollars that would otherwise have gone to the Healthy Futures Fund, which goes to assist cancer patients and their families. More help is on the way for struggling small businesses. The application period for the $50 million Local Employers Assistance Program launched today. KUAM's Nestor Lecanto has the details.
The LEAP program will provide direct financial assistance to small businesses that, according to the governor's executive order, experience extreme levels of pandemic-related interruption. Top priority will go to companies that can demonstrate a business interruption rate of 50% or more. The loan proceeds can be used for a wide range of operating expenses that ensure they can maintain and possibly increase employees. In fact, the loans may be forgiven if at least 60% of the proceeds are used for eligible employee wage and benefit costs. 50% of the LEAP program funding, or $25 million, will come from American Rescue Plan funds. The other half was appropriated from the general fund by the legislature in a bill passed last week that's awaiting the governor's signature. Gita will administer the program, and here's CEO Melanie Mendiola during discussion of the LEAP legislation.
From our calculations, to make this program meaningful for the businesses whom it is meant to impact, we were seeking a funding level of $50 million for this program. So if we were to not receive a $50 million level of funding for this program, then the program would certainly change in nature, and from there we can't. It's once you hit go and businesses start submitting all their documentation, you don't really want to change up the information on them or give them false hope about what they could receive if you're not quite ready yet with what you have to offer.
Complete program information and forms are available on the GITA website. Applications will be accepted via email at leap@gitagrant.com or at a Dropbox at the GITA offices. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is warning the fast-spreading Omicron variant could cause U.S. hospitals to become very stressed in the coming weeks. And Mayor Bill de Blasio is urging New Yorkers to get vaccinated as cases surge in the nation's largest city. CBS News correspondent Tom Hansen reports from New York.
As Omicron spreads, health officials are sounding the alarm on the extra burden the variant is likely to place on the healthcare system.
Our hospitals, if things look like they're looking now, in the next week or two, are going to be very stressed with people.
On Tuesday, President Biden plans to speak about the battle against COVID-19 and discuss efforts to send federal help to communities nationwide.
The government is prepared now to start sending out surge teams as needed to places that are really hit hard, and the president's going to have more to say about that.
With Omicron on the move, NIH Director Dr. Francis Collins says for any Americans who haven't yet been vaccinated, this is the week to do it.
We're facing a major challenge with the Omicron variant.
New Yorkers face long lines for COVID testing as the state hits daily highs for new confirmed infections.
This is my fourth test. I've tested negative 3 times already.
It has affected my plans already. I've had to probably shut down a Christmas Eve party I've been attending with my aunt for 45 years.
With year 3 of the pandemic soon getting underway, Johns Hopkins University says the U.S. has confirmed more than 50 million cases of the coronavirus. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
Meanwhile, the governor's office will be monitoring what the president has to say about new strategies for the Omicron variant. But for now, Out of Loop says it will stand by these remarks made by Governor Leon Guerrero on Friday.
While we do not at this time have any confirmed cases of Omicron, it is only a matter of time. That is why we must do what we can now to prevent a 4th surge. We do this by staying the course, by continuing to test for the virus, by continuing to track close contacts, by continuing to provide monoclonal antibody treatments so those who test positive for COVID get better faster. Again, I cannot stress enough that we have the tools to protect ourselves and the ones we love from hospitalization and the worst case scenario, preventable death.
Stay tuned to KUAM TV and our social media sites for more details on how you can watch the president's address, which will be Wednesday, Guam time. And before we head into the break, KUAM Coast 360 throughout the month of December share Making Spirits Bright. We want to see video and pictures of your Christmas trees, decorations, and holiday photos. Be sure to use the hashtag Making Spirits Bright Guam on Facebook or Instagram. Check out these images from Nadine Makan and her family.
Hafaday, this is Congressman Nicholas. If you are a small business, you may be interested in a federal program called the State Small Business Credit Initiative. This program can provide federal funds to match equity investments into your company or help you get lower interest rates at local banks. To find out more on how this program can help your small business, please contact your Guam Congressional Office at 475-6453 or at michael.sanicolas@mail.house.gov.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the Office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Hafaday, this is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides direct relief to you. To date, over $6.9 million has helped over 1,500 households.
Apply online at eoa.guam.gov or call the Department of Administration's Emergency Rental Assistance Program at 671-638-4518 or 19.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back to your news leader. He faced 46 to 57 months imprisonment, but in the end, the court ordered 33-year-old federal drug defendant Ricky James Jr. Salas Santos to be sentenced 51 months imprisonment with credit for time served. Santos pleaded guilty for possession with intent to distribute 50 or more grams of meth to Guam. Santos was busted in August 2020 in Jigo after federal law enforcement conducted a controlled delivery of a package to his home in Jigo. He stated to the court, "I just wanted to say sorry to the people of Guam and my family." The court made a judicial recommendation that Santos participate in a drug treatment program as well as an education program where he will have the opportunity to earn his GED. He was also ordered to undergo vocational training. Once he served his time, he will have 5 years of supervised release. One of the men charged with the murder of Adam Messier has been granted release to a third-party custodian. Donovan Elliot Alonzo Carriaga appeared before Magistrate Judge Jonathan Kwan via video teleconference along with his attorney Sam Tecker. Tecker requested that Carriaga be released to his mom's sister and the sister's boyfriend who would serve as third-party custodians. Judge Kwan instructed probation officers to retrieve all firearms within the residence and that Carriaga be released on the condition he pay a $10,000 cash condition bail, that he reported to probation three times a week, wear an electronic monitor, and have no contact with Brandon Flaherty, Curtis Bloss, and Tomashina Rios. His next hearing is with Judge Alberto Lamarena III. There was 241 University of Guam students who received their diplomas and turned their tassels from right to left on Sunday, signifying their passage from being students to graduates at the UOG Caval Fieldhouse. It was the first ceremony held at the UOG Caval Fieldhouse since 2019 because of the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. The graduation was held in 3 segments by the school to enforce COVID safety protocols like social distancing. During the UOG's Finatsun 2021 commencement ceremony, President Dr. Thomas Christ gave his opening remarks, pointing out that the graduates are completing their UOG journey at the cusp of the university's 70th anniversary of transforming lives and advancing communities. He also noted at the podium that this set of students was able to overcome the many challenges posed by the COVID pandemic.
As you set forth from here into your next chapter of life and career, the UOG community will be paying attention to the ways you can help lift up others and move our communities into a brighter future. Your stories will be extensions of the UOG story. I don't have to tell this audience that these are unprecedented times and that we're all living through a historic challenge. But this class of graduates of the University of Guam have been resilient and flexible and supportive in the spirit of our Chamorro values of Chinchuli and Inafimawalek. I am proud of your academic achievements and even prouder of your character. Take what you've learned with us and help make a better world for us all. Biba Fanusanan class of 2021 and Biba UOG.
It was a historical ceremony for the university as the first 12 graduates walked across the big stage receiving their hard-earned degrees from UOG's civil engineering program. Additionally, Anthony Regis, who earned a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, was the first UOG valedictorian from the School of Engineering. Regis, the first-generation graduate, read in his remarks from The Road Not Taken poem by Robert Frost, America's most celebrated figures in American poetry, challenged his peers to go beyond the unknown.
As individuals, we have the propensity to make decisions based on things that we are familiar with and comfortable with, thus sometimes closing doors of unexplored opportunities for the fear of the unknown. Do not be blinded by the darkness. We sometimes have to open our eyes in the darkness to see the light that is before us.
Once again, the stations of KUAM Communications would like to congratulate the graduates and wish them the best of luck on their future endeavors. In response to the ongoing Red Hill water crisis in Hawaii, local group Pratehi Latatsan Say Retidian is holding a peaceful protest tomorrow on the front lawn of Adaloop, pointing out that this is a real scenario for Guam. The U.S. Navy's bulk underground fuel reserve ruptured in early December, contaminating Oahu's primary drinking water supply, poisoning thousands of people. The aquifer supplies water to 40,000 residents from Moanulu to Moanulu. Pratehi Latatsan will have an art demonstration and solidarity event in efforts to prevent the events that occurred in Hawaii here. The community is invited to the family-friendly event, which is scheduled for Tuesday, December 21st from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Adaloop Field. And tonight we feature Haagen-Dazs as one of the many businesses on island that is Guam Safe certified by the Guam Visitors Bureau and carries the WTTC staff travel stamp.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Half day, my name is John Isaac Bohol, Assistant General Manager for Haagen-Dazs Guam. Haagen-Dazs felt it was important to get the Guam Safe Certified stamp because we wanted to show our employees, staff, even though we're all facing this pandemic, we wanted to make sure that everyone's taken care of, and we want to ensure our safety of our employees and the customers, that everyone is able to enjoy our ice creams here in the shop. And we also want to promote a clean and safe environment. For Haagen-Dazs, the Guam Safe Certified stamp meaning that we're taking all the recommended and proper precautions to ensure that our staff, employees, are able to experience our half a day that we are known for. We want to ensure that customers that we take this pandemic seriously. We are doing the best that we can to provide a safe and sterile environment for the families and friends who wants to patronage our products. Haagen-Dazs is now taking on extra precautions to ensure the safety of our employees and staff from the office to the dining floor. We ensure our staffs to wash their hands frequently or every other task, and also we want them to use the proper PPE for every operations and during interactions with the customers. We make sure that we have a hand sanitizer by the entrance and also a sign-in sheet form for our customer who comes in and out. Using a proper PPE like masks, gloves, this will help us to prevent the contaminations and spread of the virus.
Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase is brought to you in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau.
Stay with us. Coming up next on KUAM News Sports with Dave Delgado, and still to come, your Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts. Keep it here to KUAM.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
My 2 for $6 double bacon breakfast sandwiches have freshly cracked fried eggs with bacon crumbles cooked right in. And you can get them all day and night, and day and night. Only at Jack in the Box.
From now until December 31, enter to win the 1 million points giveaway. Simply activate your account, refer friends, earn and redeem points at Foodies, Shell, and ITE. Learn more about the 1 million Pacific Points giveaway at PacificPoints.com. Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Congrats to all of the participants who competed in the Uproar Sleigh Games held at Custom Fitness. Winning the event was the team of Zach Griggs and Abriana Kennedy representing Steel Athletics. Big shout out to Guam's Geraldine Mesa for placing first at the 2021 Sherwood Classic NPC National Championships held at the Orlando Convention Center in Florida. Mesa competed in the Bikini Class A division. With the win, Geraldine has now earned her pro card. Guam's top bowlers converged at the Central Lanes Bowling Center to contest the coveted 2021 Budweiser King and Prince of the Lanes Grand Finals crown. The competitors consisted of the monthly winners and top bowlers from the leaderboard who accumulated points during the year-long qualifiers. Fourth seed J.D. Castro beat third seed Aaron Elliott 212 to 164 for the King of the Lanes title. Claricel Lanuza claimed the 2021 Budweiser Prince of the Lanes title with a 160 plus 36 to 152 plus 12 outing over Nick Gutierrez. Switching over to some soccer news, the U10 division of the Jingle Bell Soccer Tournament took center stage in the event's final week at the Guam Football Association National Training Center, with Community First Days in Dedido Soccer Club Blue winning over the Fighting Wolves. In the division's third-place match, the Southern Cobras took home the bronze medals.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
5 breadsticks for my triple treat. 3 layers deep, 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat, and the pizza plus another pizza.
The triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
The holidays are here, and you know what that means. Time to gather with family and friends, dress up our homes, and explore the Christmas season in paradise. Why not share these moments for a chance to win $100 in cash? Log on to visitguam.com/Instaguam today to participate in the Guam Visitors Bureau's #Instaguam photo and video contest. A winner will be chosen every week, so share your best holiday moments now and win. Brought to you by GVB, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of the birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Let's do this all together now as one big island family, everybody. Happy birthday on this December 20th to Haley Grace Babauta Uggan. Happy birthday to Princess Haley. Ooh, your Royal Highness. We love you to the moon and back, baby girl, your family says. And Kahlua San Augustine, who celebrates birthday number 3, so happy, happy, happy. So you get that? One for every year. Happy birthday to our Lula, love from your whole family. Belated birthday wishes also going out tonight to Amelia and Angelina Chong Salas. Happy birthday to our beautiful, sweet, loving baby girl. The Lord has blessed us with a fun, loving little girl. You're so precious and special to our family. Say Mommy, Daddy, Matthew, Jace, Jude, Arya, Ariel, Manuel, and Thomas, who love you to eternity and unconditionally. And that's forever, you guys. And Christopher Lazama, happy belated birthday wishes to you, born on December 19th. Happy belated 30th birthday blessings. Love, your familia.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime this Monday evening. Guahusi Isaiah Uggan. Thank you for watching and have a safe evening. Good night, Marianas.
Beyond Our Borders is brought to you by KFC.